The other part of turnovers as a defense is interceptions. The ball drills that we use, I'm sure you guys use all of them, but one thing that I feel is very important to use is to implement our position-specific footwork or agility drills into the ball drills. At that point, the ball shouldn't be thrown directly at them. They should have to make a play. What we do a lot of the time, if you're working with bags, if you're working with footwork stuff, you want to move it laterally over bags, and at that point, when they break, you can throw a football. The other thing that we use a lot is running to a spot with a football and separating it from a receiver. I was talking earlier, if you see a lot of spot routes by number 2 receivers and tight ends, it's very easy to line up one player here and a linebacker here, have them run spot routes and throw them a football. Linebackers then are able, once they see if you have them breaking on the wide receivers or if you have them breaking on the quarterbacks, once they see this, they break and have to make a play on that throw. This is something that can be simulated in every practice. You have a spot route coming here. Our linebacker reads it, runs, and is able to make a play on the football. This is something that we practice a lot. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine doing this drill in practice as well. Having one wide receiver over here running a spot route, have a running back looking him up, or a linebacker looking him up, and then taking away the football from him. The fun part then about turnovers is returning it. Our interception and fumble returns that we do, we use all 11 defenders, and we use the coach as the quarterback. At the snap, we generally have a call in. We have our base call. The quarterback or the coach will say set hut, and he'll take a drop. The defensive line, we always want to preach those good habits. The defensive line is going to get a good takeoff, and they're going to chop their feet around the quarterback. As the quarterback drops back, the line's coming up. Linebackers are taking their drops. Corners and safeties are taking their drops. Coach waits until he gets into the drop zone, and he'll then throw it to one of the linebackers or the safeties. As he throws it, the defender must high point the ball, yell whatever you'd like. The near defender has to peel off and block the nearest offensive player to the football. Generally, if it's a corner, there's a wide receiver behind him, that wide receiver is going to be the closest player to be able to make a tackle on him. That's why the safety or the linebacker has to peel off and pick him up. As this happens, the defender with the football is getting to the near sideline, and the rest of the defense is also going to that near sideline to get out in front of them. We always teach that the defensive player gets one cutback near the goal line. So here, we have him making a play on the football. As soon as he intercepts it, this guy's checking. The nearest offensive player's on the ground, so he gets out in front. This guy that intercepted the ball is going to nearest sideline. As soon as he gets there, he has one cutback near the goal line. He does this and we score. This is something we scored a lot on defense over the last 5 years because we practice it a lot. Getting to the nearest sideline, we've got cavalry out in front of him. He gets one cutback. Here we get the ball. Safety and linebacker check. Backside, these guys aren't in a position to make the tackle. At that point, you can then try to run up the field with him. He gets to the nearest sideline. He gets one cutback near the goal line, and we score. We then implement very similar drill with our fumble recovery. You can do all 11 defenders. You can do just your front 7 if you're looking for an extra drill to use while your corners are out. Your secondary can be out doing something. When we have a quarterback and a running back, we say set go, hand it off, running back comes into the middle, the whole defense will then come and chop their feet around him. Running back then fumbles it either into the pile or out into space. We want to scoop and score. As we scoop and score, again, we want to get all the way to the nearest sideline. And you can make one cut back near the goal. Get in a good position to recover the fumble and scoop and score. And we're already at the nearest sideline. And it helps if you have fast players. Then the rest of it doesn't matter. That concludes my presentation from me. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them now. Feel free to come up afterwards. If you want clarification or want to see any more film, let me know. And yes.
Could you, is there any way we could get your whole presentation, your PowerPoint that you did here today,
Yeah.
emailed to us or on Google Share? Would that work?
Yeah, and I think I could probably get film to you as well, if I can figure that out, but I can for sure make the presentation available.
Okay.
Anything else? All right, thank you very much for coming.